So a bunch of porpoises, big dolphin moved in here and pushed all the bait in closer to the beach. You can see we're a lot closer to the beach right now. And these big chopper blues got in there. The bait all got congregated. These things are a lot of fun, man. These are thick, healthy bluefish, and it's glad to see them back this year. So we're here in Montauk. Been a lot of bass, a lot of bluefish. We've got a really cool bait coming out, really unique, called the Hydro Monster Shot. And if we mark some fish down, that's the bait that we're gonna go to because it's a heavier bait. You know, it's real slender and it's only about 5 inches. Small, pretty small profile when they're feeding on smaller baits, but it's heavy. It's over 2 ounces and it sinks quickly. And it has a dying bait fish sink to it. So I'm really excited to see how they do out here in Montauk. Seen that in the wave?
Yeah. Chris, that was sweet.
So I was bringing it in on top. This bait you can do just, big bluefish. You can do just about anything with it. You can sink it down, it gets bit on the sink. You twitch it, you can reel it fast across the surface. Right, that time I was just reeling it right below the surface and you could see him in the waves just running it down. That was a cool bite. Big old bluefish. Bluefish on the Hydro Monster Shot. So it's a heavy bait, it's all lead on the inside. And it sinks quick, but it sinks horizontal. So you can fish it like you would a bucktail, like Savio here, with another one on the Monster Shot. So. Throwing it up current a little bit. It's a Monster Shot, it sinks like this, so you get bites on the fall quite a bit, but it's heavy. It's just over 2 ounces, so we're throwing it up current as we're drifting. We're drifting fast, up to 3 knots right now. Fishing 40 to 60 feet of water for the most part. Let it sink down by the bottom. There's a bunch of bass on the screen right now, actually. And then kind of giving it a couple jigs, letting it sink back down as we drift. So it's fluttering down, jig, 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 flutter down. We've caught porgies, big bluefish, you know, big bass on it, just about everything. I mean, you can catch sea bass on it, you know, just about everything in the Northeast, you know, that you're gonna find in these grounds you can catch on this. I wouldn't be surprised to pick off a fluke here or there. It's a really versatile lure, and if you see fish busting on top, you don't got to switch. You know, you just cast this out and burn it across, you know, across the surface or right below the surface. Doubled up. I think I got another big bluefish. I think Matt's got the right flavor.
Speed to that thing, man.
He is fired up right now. So.
Well, we just drifted over a rip, and I casted uptide into the rip, and as I got tight with it, I jigged the Hydro Monster shot, and this fish hit it right away. As soon as it on the drop, the fish hit it. So I'm working this fish in, and I think it's a nice bass, but we're gonna find out. That's a nice fish. This is a nice fish. This is a nice fish. I cast it upside with the Hydro Monster shot. Immediately as it hit the bottom and I jigged it, this fish jumped right on it. After a long fight, I finally voted him. We're gonna unhook him, we're gonna release him right now.
On the Hydro Monster shot. So we're drifting. So I threw it out in front of the boat. It's a fast sinking lure, but it sinks horizontal. It wobbles on the way down like a dying bait fish. Perfect imitation. So I threw it out in front of the boat, let it sink down about 30 feet, a couple twitches, you're on. Absolutely beautiful fish. That monster shot is chewed to pieces. I think we caught about 40, 50 fish on that today.
Using the Hydro Monster shot lure from Yo-Zuri, and this is basically how I'm using it. I'll drop it down. It's almost like a jig. And as it goes down, get it close to the bottom. You don't have to be in the bottom. And you can jig it, swim it, or you can swing it back and forth, like about a reel it, fast retrieve, slow retrieve. You can do all kinds of movements with it. And when they hit it, if you miss it, you leave it there and jerk it up and down a little bit. And a lot of times, they'll come back and slam it because they think they injured the fish. So, great lure.
Decent fish. Yeah. I like how these things fight, they just dog.
Yeah, especially with the current. They know how to use the current.
Yeah.
Big tail.
Ooh, that is a nice fish. Ah, giant bluefish.
That's still a nice fish.
Nice fish.
There's
Yeah.
nothing that fights like a big blue. That's a big.
That's a big bluefish.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
That's a hammer bluefish. Not sure how I'm gonna. Got a huge, really nice bluefish on the monster shot. We're chasing these birds around. They're eating small profile bait, and when they're doing that, you need a slender profile lure, but you need something that's heavy enough to cast in this wind. It's blowing about 15, 20 maybe. So the monster shot, I mean, that's perfect. It's got a real small profile, skinny profile. They're feeding on a lot of sand eels, but it's heavy. It weighs 2 1/8 ounces, and it sinks fast. So you can get it down to these fish, you can cast it through the wind. You know, just killer bait right now. We got a couple bass on it, some big bluefish. So that'll be out later this year at ICAST, and You know, there's 50-pound bass out here, but with this bait, you really don't need to worry about it. It's got through wire construction. You know, it's built for big fish. So, Hydro Monster Shot.
Hydro Monster Shot lure from Yo-Zuri. Unbelievable.
This year we had an awesome day. We're out here off of Montauk. We've been drifting and the fish are down near the bottom, but these heavier hard baits, you know, you can catch fish from the surface to the bottom. I mean, really versatile, and we had an awesome day. We've caught just about everything on them, from porgies, nice bass. I mean, Matt caught an absolute monster.
Sea bass.
And we caught sea bass. We even caught a fluke on one. So Savio is the man. If you're gonna come to Montauk, you want to light tackle fish, you don't want to be bouncing bucktails on the bottom on wireline. You want to be out here with this guy light tackling it. A lot more fun. We're gonna let these go.
Oh.